Get off of there. Leave the thing alone, cat. Hey everybody, welcome to the In Between Show. This is episode number 3. In today's show we have a question from our viewers, plus a technique, plus I have like 2 or 3 hints of what's coming up in the Monster Tutorials channel. So stay tuned. On my Facebook and Instagram I announced that I will be doing an unboxing of the Horror Block. This, which is a subscription service that I subscribe to, and they send you all this cool stuff. So I said I would do it as soon as it would arrive. So the question from the viewer was like, you promised you would do it as soon as it arrived, and why haven't you done it yet? So the thing is that this box arrived a little bit later than I thought, and I had taken a trip to do a little bit of brainstorming for future shows. Here's a 10-second clip of my brainstorming trip. Okay, it was a family vacation in Alabama, and that was fun, but we're back. So by the time you watch this unboxing show for the Horror Block should be up and running on the YouTube channel. There'll be a link below. For today's technique, I thought of something that I found very useful, but doesn't require a whole tutorial for it, and that is how to make copper look old. And the best way to make copper look old is to give it a copper patina, which is that gray-green color. There's a really cool effect, but if you want it done naturally, you need to leave the copper exposed to the elements for months, even years, depending on the climate where you live. The other option is to get a really expensive treatment that you paint over, or some real patina, but it requires some nasty chemicals. So I've figured out a way that I've been using for a while, and you can do a finish like this. See, it's kind of antique, or like this pendant. I don't know if you can see it. There. See, it looks old. This used to be brand new. There's a piece of jewelry I made for my wife. And this was done 3 years ago, and it still holds the patina pretty well, so it's very durable. And that's what we're going to be doing in today's show. For this easy technique, all you're going to need is a couple things. The pieces of copper that you want to make antique. Just make sure those are clean. If you need to sand them, or just wash them, make sure the surface is clear. You're going to need some ammonia. That's the only bad chemical you're going to use, and it's not that bad. It's used for cleaning your house. This should be about $2 or $3 at your local grocery store. A couple bowls, a big one and a little one. And salt. You should have this at home. If you don't, it's super cheap. First, we're going to take a bottle of water. This is just a spray bottle, and we're going to spray our pieces of copper. Just a little misting is enough. Both sides. And last but not least, this last little piece. Next, we're going to take our salt and just sprinkle some on top of the pieces, so it sticks where the water was. And where the salt goes is where your patina is going to show up. The next step is we take our ammonia and very carefully pour it in a bowl. Just be careful with this stuff because it has some very nasty fumes. So do it in a well ventilated area. I have my windows open. We're going to put the bowl of ammonia right next to the pieces, like that. And then we're going to place the big bowl over those pieces. I'm using these pliers right here to hold the bowl up so the air can circulate under the blue bowl. Now we're going to wait. For this technique to really work, we're going to give it at least 2 hours or more. If you can leave it overnight, it would be better. Now in the interest of time, to make this tutorial, I only gave it 2 hours. So this is what we get. Here's one piece. As you can see, it's starting to get some green color or bluish color. Here's the other piece, and you can see a little bit of that blue color on there. This one took really well to the dark blue color, as you can see. And finally, here's another piece. Now the next step is to take these pieces and let them dry for a little bit. Once this has dried, we're going to gently wash it with water, only to remove the salt, not the stain. Once you remove the salt and it leaves the blue, the one thing you can do is take some car wax or clear nail polish and seal the stain in. In this case, which was the piece that I made for my wife, it's a pendant. I made this 2 or 3 years ago, no, at least 3 years ago, and all I did is use car wax on it, and as you can see, the color of the patina has stayed all this time. There's our technique for the day. You'll find 1,000 applications for this in the haunt world, or when you want to antique something really quickly and really easily. Again, if you leave this like overnight, the whole thing will be blue and it'll look really cool. Here are some close-up pictures of how this turned out. I know you'll find that technique pretty useful. I was thinking of doing like some steampunk designs and make the tubes look all rusty. I was also thinking perhaps some fuse boxes or something like that for a zombie containment area where this rust so that your tubes don't look brand new. What will you use them for? Let me know if you have any ideas in the comments below. And now for the next tutorial, we're going to do teeth, all kinds of teeth. We're going to do 4 different techniques on how to make realistic teeth that you can use on all your props, whether they're attached to a face like this or in a full-size prop like the guy behind me, or if you're doing a jar full of like teeth that have been ripped out, like in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So stay tuned. Next tutorial is teeth. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode number 3. We're all the way up to 3, which is awesome. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. And if you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you get notified every time that I issue either a new tutorial or a new in-between show like this one, or perhaps an unboxing video like I mentioned at the beginning. I'm also doing a giveaway on the next show, so stay tuned for the next in-between show where I will announce the giveaway, and it'll be something cool. You don't want to miss it. So until next time, I'm Ed Talbert with Monster Tutorials. See ya. Okay, the guest bedroom's free.